आब्रह्मन् ब्रह्मणो ब्रह्मवर्चसि जायता आराष्ट्रे राजन्यः शूरः शव्योतिव्याधि महारथो जायता दोग्ध्रीधेनुर्वोढा नड्वानाशुः सप्तिः पुरन्द्रियोषा जिष्णुरथेष्ठाः सभेयो युवास्य यजमानस्य वीरो जायता निकामे निकामे नः पर्जन्यो वर्षतु फलवत्यो नौषधयः पच्यन्ताम् योगक्षेमो नः कल्पताम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः।
In those nations' people, there's no self-respect. In those nations' people, there's no self-honor. In those nations' people, there's no sense of their own duty. In those nations' people, who keep quarreling in their own homes, who are divided in casteism, in religious fanaticism, in religious belief, sectarianism and communalism, that nation cannot be free for much longer. Same thing happened with India in the past. Lest it be repeated once again. Therefore think, be cautious and awaken what you are doing. Whether it is endangering nation's sovereignty, nation's unity, nation's indivisibleness. We claim that we'll maintain nation's unity, indivisibleness and sovereignty. However, could it be possible that we are involved in a kind of activity that the nation is once again led to being looted? Earlier too, this nation was looted by foreign forces. I do agree that to destroy this nation, to loot this nation, to break the culture of this nation to pieces, to destroy whatever the foreign forces contributed, ours too was not any less. Enemy took advantage of our weaknesses. And even today, nation is facing the same. If today we are not cautious, if now we are not cautious, then it will be too late. So Indians, awaken. Know your nation's duty. Make your nation's character progressive. If we forgot our nation's character, then tomorrow it will be too late. Today, when we read of history, then we are very delighted to remember those people. Our heart is filled with self-respect, valor and bravery when we remember martyrs. But traitors of the nation, those people of the nation who sold the nation, who helped in destroying this nation, when their names come to our lips, then we bow our heads in shame. Being born in the soil of this nation, who betrayed this nation, history will never forgive those people, will never forget them. Are we making the same mistake? Knowingly, unknowingly, are we too indulging in treason? knowingly, unknowingly, if you are indulging in something which will cause the soul of this nation, the existence of this nation, the honor of this nation, the pride of this nation, through which it may be endangered, be a little alert, lest you be called a traitor. Because many traitors deceived this nation. That's why nation became a slave. For centuries we remained slaves, and the same slavery has become so much a part of our blood that even today we are unable to liberate ourselves from that. Even earlier multinational companies looted this country, and even today they are looting. Reason being, we have no self-respect for the nation, no honor towards our nation, no awareness towards our duties. Some in religious fanaticism are antagonizing people in the name of religion, and few are spreading myth in the name of religion. Earlier too, casteism destroyed this nation. When India's brothers were involved in religious fundamentalism, in untouchability, in conservative customs, being illusioned in the name of religion, then first the Greeks took advantage of this, then Mughals, and later Britishers. They looted this nation and destroyed. And in order to erase people's self-respect, in order to change the mentality of her people, they changed the educational system itself. Lord Macaulay harmed this nation a great deal until today. Same education, same policy is being followed in our country. With this, the character of our nation could not be saved. Castes of many castes, one race of human. But in that, we made castes, subcastes, and then we made scheduled castes. And in the name of caste, we gave reservation. Man cannot be benefited by giving reservation. In the name of castes, this will create further enmity, create anger. There'll be fights, they'll start killing each other. Everyone should get opportunity in life for development. But that does not mean that we start giving reservation in the name of caste and in the name of religion. What is religion? Religion is life value. Religion is dignity. Religion is tradition, which every house, family, nation, or society follows. Without life values, without moral ideals, without traditions, without culture and consecrations, no country in the world can survive. We should keep the life values in the country, but never fight in the name of religion. We are all Indians. This will become our identity. I am an Indian. Indianness is my identity. Responsibility towards my nation is my religion. Human is my caste. That's all. If we have this, then all quarrels will stop. Human is my caste. Neither I'm Yadava, nor Gujjar, neither Brahmana, nor Rajput. I'm Indian. After Indian, I'm Brahmana, I'm Rajput, I'm Yadava, I'm anything else. But my identity is, I'm Indian. Human is my caste. Indianness my identity. And responsibility towards my nation is my religion. Don't consider any religion greater than national duty. Responsibility towards my nation, duty towards my nation. If I am a worker, then through my work I shall worship my nation. If I am a businessman, then I'll not do a business which will harm the nation. Considering nation's welfare as greatest, I'll do my business. I'll not do business of tobacco, due to which countrymen are killed. They get cancer. They die an untimely death. Millions of people in this country every year are dying of cancer. And for that, even those people are responsible who sell tobacco, and they too are responsible who eat and smoke tobacco. You are born to do great work. This smoking, eating gutka, drinking alcohol, this alone is not the aim of life, my friend. I say, Those who eat tobacco, who drink alcohol, they are not patriots because they are not working for the nation. They are intoxicated with wine. They are swaying on a high. You do something which will make this nation proud, bring honor to the nation, enhance respect of the nation, enhance respect of motherland. If you are selling alcohol and tobacco, then you're not giving life to others, you're giving them death. After all, how can someone be called a well-wisher of the nation who is selling death? Just think and contemplate. And if your conscience allows you for this, that you sell alcohol, then you sell. But then your conscience, your soul will never, your inner being will never allow such a thing. If you bring money home by selling meat, selling alcohol, selling tobacco, then understand that blood money is coming home. Your generations will be ruined by that. If you are working as an agent of a multinational company and sending national wealth out of the country, then you are not loyal towards the nation. You will be called a traitor. Because nation's wealth, nation's property, nation's riches should be used by the nation. Whoever sends nation's property, nation's resources, nation's wealth out of the country, they are not loyal to the nation. They'll be called a traitor. If you are knowingly or unknowingly connected with a multinational, then do understand that you are greatly harming the nation. Because through you, the money of this country is being exploited. After all, what is lacking in this country? We should be proud that we are Indians. We should be proud that we are born in this country, the country in which sacred Ganges and Yamuna rivers are flowing. We should be proud of the fact that I'm born in such a country which is a land of Sri Rama and Krishna. We should be proud of the fact that I'm born in such a country which is a land of Buddha and Mahavira. I'm born in such a country in which there is sacred Himalayas. Through our own mistakes, we have lost sacred pilgrimages like Kailash and Mansarovar. Now it's the turn of Amarnath. If you don't wake up now, then the fire will reach up to your house. Then what you'll do? We are sold for the greed of money. Will you eat money? Will you lick money, wear it or spread it? Never make a deal with the country for the sake of money. You always remember this. Never do such a thing which will harm the nation. Nation's honor is compromised. Nation's self-respect is lowered. And those who do such things, God will never forgive them. Therefore, awaken now. God has given you birth in India. For this, be thankful to God. O Lord, thanks a million. You gave me birth on such a land where there are beautiful seasons, where there are hundreds of herbs, trees, creepers. You have given me birth on such a land in which Shiva, Maharana Pratap, Subhash Chandra Bose, Swami Vivekananda, Maharishi Dayananda, Gautam, Kapil, Karnadi, sages like Jamini have taken birth. There is no lack of anything in India. In India, there is no lack of talents. We have made supercomputer 10. We have made atom bomb. We have done all that which no one could do in the world. But somewhere our self-respect is dormant. Awaken self-respect. Awaken your honor. Otherwise, it will be too late. Fire will reach up to your house. Then what will you do? Today, when your neighbor is murdered, you just keep mum. Today, when your neighbor's daughter is being molested, then you close your eyes. There's dacoity in the neighborhood, murder. Then you turn your face and walk away. But remember, what is happening in the neighbor's house today, when it happens in your house, what will you do? Then it will be too late. Therefore, remember, tolerating sin is a crime. As committing a sin is a crime, tolerating sin is as much a crime. If you are not part of a solution, then you become a problem. If you don't do anything, then it will be too late. Then nation cannot be saved. Nation's identity cannot be saved. Would it be so that knowingly or unknowingly you are working towards the downfall of the nation? Remove casteism, remove religious fundamentalism. In Indian culture, the establishment of the four castes was done according to your body.
ब्राह्मणो से मुखमासीत बाहुराजन्य कृतः रूतदस्य यद वैश्य पद्भ्याम शूद्रो अजायते.
Your head is Brahmana, arms are Kshatriya, stomach is Vaishya, legs are Shudra. When a thorn pricks your feet, then your eyes shed tears. When your head is badgered by a stick, then hands come to rescue. This is our internal system. That is when a Shudra is in pain. The Brahmana's eyes are filled with tears. Kshatriya helped remove the thorn. Medicine reaches stomach and heals the wound. When there is so much cooperation in the body, then why quarrel outside? It is Brahmana who gives direction in the society. On the boundaries defending this nation, those warriors who are forever ready, who are always ready to die for their motherland. They are Kshatriyas, who liberates the society from fear. Vaishyas enriches the nation by doing business, and wherever there is demand, they would go and fill it. Shudras are those who serve society.
जन्मना जायते शूद्र संस्कारादिजुच्यते.
Maharishi Manu says, everyone is born as a Shudra. Only by our work, we are called Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra. Therefore, don't spread caste fundamentalism. Don't spread religious fundamentalism. Religion is truth. Religion is non-violence. Religion is compassion. Religion is love. By involving yourself in all these myths, don't quarrel with each other. Today, myth has spread in the name of religion. Someone is possessed by Shani, some by Ketu, some by Rahu. Remember, this very superstition has made this nation a slave. Planets don't possess anyone. All space is sacred. Winds are sacred. In every atom of this earth, there's God. So don't live in illusion. You have faith on yourself and on God. Have faith in the Lord. You'll never have setback in life. And no devilish force can do anything wrong to you. We have found evil through Vastu, found evil in days. We found bad omen. If a cat crosses your way, you will not proceed further. Was that a lion in your way? Why were you afraid? You sneezed. Is it cancerous that you sneezed? Why did you stop? Go and do your work. Be energetic every moment. Always be confident. Keep progressing towards your aim. Have faith on God. Don't be afraid of any force in the world. You will be able to defeat biggest imperial forces. Only the confidence of your mind should not weaken. Have faith on God. Have fear of God. Never be afraid of the forces of world. You start looking for auspiciousness. You are afraid of planets. It is true that India's astrology, India's spiritualism, and Vastu of Vedas is knowledge-based. But it is also true that in the name of astrology and Vastu there is also a lot of myth. Here horoscopes are matched, not one's occupations, not one's nature. Here in marriage, the bride's and the groom's cultures should be matched. But here marriages take place in the name of money. The greedy for dowry are forgetting humanity. Fetuses are being killed. Sita and Savitri are being aborted in mother's womb itself. The nation in which Mother Force was worshipped. Even before remembering God's name, Sita was remembered even before Rama, Sita Ram. Lakshmi was remembered even before Narayan, Lakshmi Narayan. In that nation today, a mother kills her own daughter in her womb. Just because of dowry, fetuses are being killed. Both are criminals. Therefore, awaken, people of India. What are you doing? Where are you living? You have made gods as captives, made different fences. Lord Sri Rama, Yogeshwar Lord Sri Krishna, Lord Mahavira are an ideal in the whole world. Lord Mahavira's preachings of non-violence, truth and charity. Lord Sri Rama's life of sacrifice. His mother devotion. His patriotism. Not just Indians, it guides people of the whole world. Lord Sri Krishna's Gita awakens dormant self-respect of every individual. Removes his distress, removes his depression. Therefore, we have divided martyrs. Don't do this. We have divided martyrs, we have also divided gods. We have made gods as captives in temples and divided martyrs in castes. Don't divide martyrs. Don't divide gods. Know your duty. Know your occupation. Don't consider outer coverings of religion as signs of religion. How big a tilak you apply, how big a beaded garland you wear, how many times you go to a temple. More important than all these is the responsibility that God has given, how you are able to discharge it. You apply tilak, you wear garland, you apply tilak, you go to temple, you offer namaz, you may study Gita, you may study Veda. But before all this, you do this also. The responsibility that God has given, your duty towards this nation, that you discharge. God gives to deserving, not to beggars. And the true worshippers of God, devotees, are those who build the nation through their hard work. Let us worship this nation through our hard work. Don't forget the blood of martyrs. Martyrs sacrificed their life. They had a desire in their hearts that people of my country will be free, will live with self-respect, everyone will get justice, everyone will have a right to live. Today we have forgotten the sacrifice of martyrs. The news should have been preserved in this nation, on which martyrs like Rajguru Bhagat Singh, Ram Prasad Bismil embraced death smilingly. But unfortunately, in this country, you'll find all such historical things. The spinning wheel of freedom struggle you'll get caught in. The chain with which Mahatma Gandhi's goat used to be tied, even that you will get. You keep these things of martyrdom. Keep these historical things very carefully, because they are our past, our honor, they are self-respect. But unfortunately, in this country, no one kept that news carefully, on which Ashfaqullah Khan was hanged, which was kissed by Ram Prasad Bismil, which was kissed by Bhagat Singh. Our honor was forgotten, because if that news was preserved, people's self-respect would have awakened. In the past, the devil in the form of human, the rope of that news was sold in an auction. I was surprised. Country's martyrs, the nation for which they sacrificed their life, they couldn't even preserve their souvenir. Somehow we have forgotten our pride, our self-respect. All the Britishers have gone from here, but they changed our educational policy to such an extent that Indian people came from outside. Aryans came from outside. When Indians told Britishers, quit India, this country is not yours, this is our motherland. Then Britishers said, this country is not yours. You two are conquerors, we two are conquerors. Aryans came from outside, we also came from outside. When you can rule here, then why can't we rule? And then same Lord Macaulay's educational system is being taught to us. Earlier we used to say, this earth is my mother, I'm her son. Britishers changed this slogan itself. They came out with a false theory, with a false principle, spread wrong notions. Darwin's theory, which is negated even by science. What was that principle? Earlier it is to be taught in India. You are progenies of sages. You are son of Arya. You are son of Mother India. You are son of God. Amritasya putraha.
वयं पुत्रम अदितेरियो विधर्ता
We used to study.
माता भूमि पुत्रोहम पृथिव्या.
In Vedas, the message was that Mother is my earth, I am her son. Britishers said, this human grew from amoeba. From amoeba, he became langur, to monkey, and from monkey, he became human. I had to ask someone, my friend, from monkey he became human, but where is his tail? He said, by sitting it disappeared. Why doesn't it come again? He said, it's not made anymore. All falsehood was taught to us. Our self-respect was smothered. So that no one in the country could raise one's head with pride. Any nation, any race, any society, if you want to destroy, then destroy its history. That race, that society, that nation will be destroyed. That's what Britishers did. First, they looted the country. If you think about the past of multinational companies, then perhaps your eyes will be filled with tears. And even today, the same looting is going on. Earlier, a company had come, and perhaps no one in the country can forget it. That one East India Company, even in those days they used to keep such names. Even today they are keeping such names. Even if someone finds out, it becomes difficult to know whether it is Indian company or foreign company. You cannot differentiate between national and multinational company. Those days too it had come, the name was East India Company. And one individual who had come in the country at that time, those days country's emperor was Jahangir. And he approached Jahangir and begged him. His name was Sir Thomas Roy. He went to Ajmer, the king's fort, where the king used to sit atop. And from there the letter that he threw in his lap, I went to see that place. My blood boiled seeing it. That was the place from where this nation was cheated and looted. Jahangir would never have thought that this beggar type of a fellow will one day usurp this nation. This nation that is free today, tomorrow it will be chained by foreign rule. A small mistake of Jahangir made this country a slave. That saga, that sorrow, that story of slavery of this nation that was started by Sir Thomas Roy is still going on. After Thomas Roy came a very cruel individual, Lord Clive, who was of a very mean nature, a big cheat, a devil, and later died by committing suicide. But he destroyed the country by coveting Mir Jafar and Mir Qasim through greed. He made them deceive Siraj-ud-Dawla, and from here started the journey of multinational. The person called Clive, this man, when he came to India, he used to get a salary of rupees 500 per annum. But he looted this country to such an extent that in 1 month he started getting 40 lakhs. When the loot became too much, then it was discussed in the House of Commons that whom we used to give 500 per annum, he is earning 40 lakhs per month. How can he earn this alone? And the witnesses of House of Commons are proof of the fact. Their records are proof of the fact that if Clive started looting more, then this loot should be divided among 4. Among the Britons, king, among the parliamentarians, and with Clive. I'll not take the 4th name because it will create dispute. So looting took place. Nation was looted. There was no one to question. Many people say Swamiji Britishers were good. They made roads inside the country. They laid railway tracks inside the country. This was not for development of the country. This was to loot the country. That how the nation can be looted, so it was planned. And on that basis, roads were made in the country. Railway tracks were laid inside the country. All in order to loot the country. All this planning was done. It was done not for nation building. They did it only to destroy this country. Divide Indians and rule. This policy was made. And it is still going on. We are involved in fighting each other. Sense of duty is lost somewhere. National concern. National character. And our self-respect is lost somewhere. This is the reason. Earlier, one company came to loot this country. And today, 4,500 companies are looting by selling goods of zero technology. Many people speak about this matter. They object to, some say it unknowingly, that Swamiji, why do you speak against multinational companies? They are big forces. No one dares to open their mouth in front of them. Why do you speak against them? I don't say it for opposition. I only want to present reality to people. Till today, in the history of India, not one multinational has come here which has brought technology over here. If someone comes here with science and technology, then we shall welcome them with open arms. But what is brought here? Poison of cold drink. That is those companies who take the water of this country, taking India's water, exploiting the country's underground water, and by mixing poison in it. And when country's High Court, country's Supreme Court asks them that what poisons are you adding in it, they refuse to even reveal. Our country's water, country's property, both are being exploited, and we are keeping quiet. Joint Parliamentary Committee approached the company selling cold drinks, took their samples, and after sampling, when tests were carried out in the laboratory, then results were announced. Drinking cold drink causes cancer. It causes osteoporosis. Osteoporosis problem. Drinking cold drink can cause death. Drinking cold drink can cause paralysis. When cancer, death, osteoporosis, drinking cold drink can result in diabetes, obesity, problem of ulcer, checking children's height, their eyesight becoming weaker, weakening of their resistance power, gives such poisons that can make a man even impotent. And I'm not saying this. The government